that bring you?
Oh, you're in trouble.
Right. What'd you do? What did you do?
Good evening, everyone.
Yeah, what up?
Good evening.
Picture it. Greenwich, Connecticut, 1988. A young pair of siblings in their room on a summer morning, an adolescent boy of 13 and a young girl of 8. Their parents are both at work, and the young lady is awake before her older brother. She grabs her flute, which she is still in the beginning stages of learning how to play, sets up her music stand in front of their bunk beds, sits down Indian style and announces, "Good morning, sports fans!" and begins to play. The older brother groans and rolls over, not wanting to be disturbed at 8 o'clock in the morning, but not before throwing a few pillows at her and muttering some words under his breath that I can't repeat at this time. She simply giggles and dodges out of the way of all of them, not missing a note. That little girl was me, and that young boy is now the groom that sits before all of you tonight. Anthony and I have had our differences over the years, as all siblings do. However, in time, we learned to love each other. Even after my father first came home and told him he had a little baby sister, and again he rolled over in bed and whined he wanted a brother. Well, I tried to be a tomboy as much as I could, because after all, what younger sibling doesn't want to be like their elder in the house? Following many years of watching and practicing wrestling moves with him and his friends, although I never seemed to win, the rules always changed for some reason. And watching them make championship belts out of cardboard and aluminum foil, I knew the Road Warriors would always hold a special place in my heart. I learned from him how to headbang at the tender age of 9 and spit fake blood like Gene Simmons in the bathtub at the same music that he does at the stage when Mom and Dad weren't home. He told me that since Gene and I shared a birthday, that it made it okay. Of course I listened. What little sister wouldn't? I suppose one could say that I looked up to all the skills I had been taught. We finally came to some common ground when he was about 20 and I'm 15, and headed to New Jersey for the first of many, many horror movie conventions. That's where it all clicked, and I realized that I would never keep up with my big brother. He just walked too damn fast. Or it could have been one of those many summer nights when I was keeping score at a softball team. No, it could have been when his friends showed up at the club I was at with my underage friends. No. It was when he first took me to a concert in December of '96. Brian? Yes, there you are. Thank you again for that ticket. I appreciate it. Nothing like seeing Kiss on the floor, center stage, sitting next to your big brother and his best friend wearing your mother's platforms for the 70s. Thanks, Mom! Oh well, nevertheless. Whether it be professionally, personally, or walking anywhere for that matter, he's always going to be a few steps ahead of me, but always was and always will be proud to follow in his footsteps. Picture it. Pelham, New York, 2005. A good-looking couple walks into a bar and takes 2 seats at the end. The bartender walks up and greets them with a warm smile, offers her hand to a lady and a hug to the man. She pours them a drink and then tells them the soup and vegetable of the day and leaves them with their menus to chat. The man had called a few days earlier to warn the bartender that she had found that his newfound love did not eat too much meat and wanted to make sure there was something on the menu she'd like. The bartender had frowned at this statement at the time and thought, who doesn't eat meat? What kind of people are these? The 3 of them made small talk and the bartender continued to make drinks and keep busy. The 2 girls hit it off and the bartender smiled approvingly at the man. That woman was Chris, and that gorgeous bride that's before you. And the man, that was my big brother Anthony. Who couldn't love Chris? She's beautiful, intelligent, determined, independent, has an undying devotion to her animals, and best of all, puts up with my older brother. I had never had an older sister, but Chris quickly became a role model to me of what my potential could be like, not just in business, but more importantly in life. I've learned a lot from her over the years, whether she's known it or not, from learning that a New York, New Jersey accent is acceptable at any occasion, after a glass of wine, or whenever I've needed an older sister's advice. Just a few weeks ago, at Chris's bridal shower, which I must say was one of the best showers that I've ever been to, she walked in carrying a baseball bat. Yeah, I know it sounds funny and maybe a little strange, but it was at that time that I realized she really was the older sister that I never really had. and said, "Jess, this is it. She really is part of the family. She's finally rubbed off on us." And we knew that, finally, we knew what we were going to break open that piñata with, which, by the way, was a piñata of the adult kind. Although their lives began separately, in different states, they both came from different walks of life, but fate has a funny way of intertwining and bringing people together. At this time, I would like to mention, in no case that either of you have today, that your angels are smiling down on you tonight. Their names need not be mentioned or spoken, as we all know who they are and what they mean to us. And while they are no longer with us here in body, mark my words, they are with us in spirit, and they are so proud of how far both of you have come, and they are celebrating with us tonight. Together, Chris and Anthony really complement each other in so many ways, and it's clear to see where their love has gotten them today. It would help if I had the right page. Excuse me. Above all, they share a love for beer and baseball. Who could ask for anything more? Please raise your glasses up high and let us toast to Chris and Anthony. Remember this: happiness keeps you sweet, trials will keep you strong, sorrows will keep you human, failures will keep you humble, successes will keep you glowing. May you be happy and love each other all the days of your lives. May the odds be ever in your favor, and regardless of the season at hand, whether it be the Yankees and Mets or Giants and Jets, look to your right and look to your left, and don't be afraid to go that extra inch to make it all worthwhile. After all, life's a journey, not a destination. Enjoy the ride. I love you both.
Salud.
Thank you, Michelle. Hey, make some noise for Michelle. Very well, son.